Hey there guys, this is Westernator88 here, and I'm back again with Fishing Planet. Now, as you can tell with the title, I am at Rocky Lake. Going to be doing the sport event, one by one. So, obviously it's Rocky Lake, and for today's rules and regulations of Rocky Lake, we have to only use insect and worm bait. We can't obviously use rod stands, we have to have a keep net, which obviously I do use. We'll have to try and get the fish within 30 minutes, so that's how long we're allowed on the lake. And obviously, minimum level is 8, maximum 18. And obviously, this is what we could probably get if we get up to first place, second place, and obviously third place. Now, obviously, we've got enough players doing it, 26. Yes, thank goodness we've got enough people to do this. So that's why I have now come to Rocky Lake, and the match will start soon. So, today I'm going to be using my float rod. I could use my feeder or my starter setup of my float rod, but I'm going to use my Nero 10x10 float rod because it's just optimized for fishing here, and I need to switch that leader. Dang it, I ain't got strong enough leaders. Oh well, we'll take that off. We'll put that back on, and we'll put the worms back on as well. I don't need to worry about leader when it comes to my float, because obviously I'm still using fluoro and trout aren't going to bite through the line. Obviously my float rod, Nero 10x10, can take a max line of 11, and my reel can take a max drag of an 8.8, so max line would be an 8. And luckily my fluoro is an 8-pound test. Obviously I'm using a chubby, which is a bit of a heavy float. I'm going to be using a size 8 hooks. I could always change it to a 1.0 or a 1, but I'm going with the 8. Actually, it might be a bit too small. We'll go with the smallest one we've got, because what we're trying to do is get as many fish as we can in as quick as possible. Hopefully this should work. If I'm not getting too many fish too quickly, I'll change the hook size, and I'll change obviously the bait up. Usually just changing the bait should help. So obviously I'm going to come down to the fantastic fishing, and what I'm going to do is aim for up around here, or I'll aim in my usual spot, which is around here, and hopefully that does really well for me today. So let's get in with the match, and let's start her up, and let's try and get some fish, and hopefully get into that top spot. I really need to try and make some bait coin before I get to level 18, where then the matches can get a bit harder and they're a bit more of a challenge. So I want to try and get this one done before I start doing the Neren fishery, or Neren fishing canal. So obviously, like I say, I want to go for... Oh, what are you doing now? Why are you messing up? So I'm going to aim for around here. I've got the leader just set just right, hopefully, which is at 60 inches. So my float should be absolutely fine. It's a bit over than what I usually cast, so I'm going to reel in just a little bit, and hopefully that'll get me the fish in. Usually by using an 8 hook, I usually do get the fish pretty quickly, and I'm hoping this is going to work in the way I want it to. If not, I'll just recast somewhere else and hope for the best, because unfortunately my luck here for the fishing contest hasn't been too great, and that went for it and then left. It's like, great, thanks fish. So I'm going to clip the line there at the minute. Actually, I won't clip it. Come on. Or do I usually use a bigger hook? Might be I use a bigger hook. We'll see. We'll give it another minute and we'll see what happens. If I ain't got anything by then, I'll change my hook to a 1.0, and I'll keep using the worms. Oh, here we go. There's a fish. See it right there. Come on. Wow, that Minotaur person's really bringing them fishing pretty quick. So he must have the right bait for this location, or he's using a feeder. And I've way overpowered that hit, and I just a bit. So just right. Thank you. Wow, that person was really bringing them in. Already up to 6 within the first few minutes. Wow. I wonder what bait he's using. There we go. There we go. I'm not worried about the size of the fish, I'm just worried about the amount. Like I said, I just want to get the fish in pretty quick. So again, that's the reason why I'm using a smaller hook than a big hook, because it should bring the fish in just a bit quicker. Not going to guarantee it. As you can see, they're biting and taking pretty well at the minute. So that's a good thing, and that's also a very good sign. So this spot is going to do me pretty well today. So even if I don't hit the top spot, I should be in a close second regardless. If it ends up being that I'm in the same spot as the person who's already in first place, at the minute they're going to win because they have the heavier fish. So again, like I say, I'm trying to go for more fish quicker with a smaller hook, then get a bigger fish. So they could be, like I say, they could be using a bigger hook, they could be using a feeder with ground bait if they've got it just right, and they could be using a different bait than what I'm using. So as you see, I'm using just red worms. So far it's not done too bad. Usually I get about 20 if I'm lucky on average here for the sport event. Sometimes I haven't been so lucky, as you guys may know, and they're just going up and just leaving it like, yeah, don't want it. So if needs be, I'll go for a 2 hook that might bring them in a bit more, but it's not going to guarantee it. Again, like I say, a small hook can sometimes bring the fish in. Like I say, that's why I'm using an 8 hook. If I was using a 2, it might take a little bit longer. And wow, that person's really getting them in to be at 9 fish already. It's almost like he's just throwing and catching almost instantly. He's at 10. What? Within 5 minutes, he's at 10 fish. Well, he must have a really good hot spot for fishing. If that, he's got baits which are just bringing them in a lot quicker. Wow, that is 11. Wow. So he must have a really good spot wherever he's at. But yeah, you're going to have people who are pretty quick and really fast, and I'm just surprised by how many that puts. 12. Wow, he's almost catching one every 30 seconds. Now, it's possible he could be fishing a lot closer to like the lilies that are over there. He could be fishing pretty close to the shore here, so all he's doing is casting out, literally getting and bringing in straight away. Oh, he could just be casting to the side. So it's quite interesting by what he's catching. Interesting. Okay. Weird. Come on, fish. Come on. Why are you giving up straight away? You don't even start biting. Oh, jeez. If I'll go for a bigger hook. I will go for a bigger hook if I have to. The thing is, most people are going to be going for red worms. So I might change it up, go for something like maybe the maggots, the wax worms, just maybe even the crickets. Let's go for the crickets, why not? Quickly switch it up. See if they're going to bite a bit quicker on the crickets than anything else. Now, some people usually come to the lakes first before the matches. They test where they're at, try and make sure it's within the same times and temperatures of what the information does say for the matches, and they'll test the baits out during that time. But it's not going to guarantee that when you test them, it's going to be what they're mostly biting for. They can be a little bit finicky at times. Come on. Yeah, they got a trophy bluegill. Nice one. So let's just hope I can get some in. Are they interested in the crickets? Give it another 10 seconds. If not, I'm going to recast with something different. Oh, here we go. Crickets seem to be working a bit. Wow, that person would have caught an extra 2 within the amount of time. Jeez. It would be interesting to know their spot. And again, another one. And they've only been fishing for 10 minutes. Not even that. Wow. That's interesting. Right, come on. That is very interesting. Okay. Now, what could be my problem is that I'm using too small of a hook. Now, the minute my fish aren't going too far away. Now, like I say, it could be using something like crickets, which seem to be doing a lot better than what, the red worms have been doing. So, yeah, he's probably found the best bait straight off the bat for the location, even with being practicing. But it's always a hit and miss to always know what fish are going to be biting which bait on these events. But it looks like his fish are slowing down a little bit. It could be a benefit for us. We've got a white sucker on the end of ours now. But as long as I get about 20 on average, I'm not going to complain. That, like I said, that usually for me is my average on catching for these sport events is 20 fish. Especially here for this location. I have been known to get a few more than 20, but as long as I get 20, I'm going to be happy. Which I think I'll be able to do today, which will be good. Even if it gets me in second place, I'm happier than having just not been in the top spots. But yeah, getting in the top 3 can be a bit difficult for anyone who's first doing the sport events. But like I say, even if you don't come in the top 3, try and aim for the top 10. Try and do a few of the methods that I'm doing. You never know, you guys, you might find a better spot than what I'm using. And I'm trying to use the closest spot that I know that does pretty well on biting and where I get the fish from, as you can see. I've got 9 so far within 12 minutes, so like I say, if I can get up to 20, I've done a pretty good time of fishing. And if it gets to the 18 mark and I haven't had a fish bite, then I'm going to change my bait. Now, what some people usually do is they'll cast out have it out for 30 seconds, reel it in, cast out again. Sometimes some people will reel in their floats, like they're spinner fishing. And surprisingly enough, it can work for them people. which is one thing the other person could be doing. Obviously, I don't know because I can't see them and I'm not in the same match as them. And yeah, I've had nothing. So, crickets have gone dead. So let's go for, I don't know. Let's go for the grasshoppers. That might give me a bit more interest. I would really love to know what that guy is using. I don't know what they're using, but whatever it is, it's doing them really well. Wow. Now I have a feeling everyone's casting a lot closer than what I am. No, my look, they're at the other end over there. Anything fish, come on. I've been beaten. Oh no. Okay, they're just literally going to it, biting it off. Right, I'm going to have to change the hook. I don't want to have to go for a higher hook, but I will. Oh no, I'm on the wrong button. Let's go for a 2 hook. Let's go back to my red worms. Actually, I'll stay here. I'll stay here. As much as I want to switch places. I'll go here. Anything. Oh, come on, fish. Here we go. Wow, that's going to be a bit of a... This might be a bit of a tougher fish. Yeah. And that's a white sucker. Well, I'm still shocked by how much that person at first place has got to 24 already. Wow. That is shocking. I've never seen anyone get that high in such a short time. I have no idea what they're using. I don't say I was using the wrong hook from the start. Is that the reason why? Yeah, it's possible. I could have been using the wrong size hook. Yeah, well, that's my own bad. Come on, fish. Come on. Yeah, it'll be one of the few things. There we go. That's another one. Actually, as long as I can try and keep hitting the second, I'll be absolutely happy. I'd prefer the first place, but there's no way I'm going to get that many fish within that amount of time. Of course, the fish goes, bites and leaves after having a little look at it. Like, oh, no. Obviously, sometimes putting a leader on might help you. It's not obviously going to be a guarantee. Sometimes you're going to get fish that go up, have a little nibble, and then go, meh, it's not what I fancy, and they just shoot off. That's a white sucker, and that left. Another white sucker. This one's really staying this time. Go on, just take it. Thank you. Now, obviously, after the match is finished, what we'll do is we'll have a look at what gear this person is actually using. Now, I should technically really be using barbless hooks because then I'd get a bit more cash for them. But it's a sport event, so I'm not too worried. And we're going to make quite a bit of cash on the fish anyway, so it's just paying for the location. Well, traveling to location, that's what I need. So we're going to see how well we do. And I've been beat. Oh no. Come on, you. Get here. Ha! There we go. Oh, let's just skip all that. I would go for a lot of gear, guys, but unfortunately, because I'm in a sport event, I just can't waste the time and risk it. So we're going to see how well we do. Like I said, I'm hoping I could get at least 20 fish. It's going to put me in my safe spot, which I like. And I'll be absolutely happy with having 20 fish. Obviously, more is a bonus, for obvious reasons. For anyone having more than that, is a good spot. But just need to try and get into this as well as we can. Come on, fish. Now, obviously, with Rocky Lake, as you can see the fish when they do come up, especially with this time of the day in the game, and with this weather condition. It's perfect to see when the fish are nearby and what they're doing. Come on. There we go. Come on, 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 come on. There you go. Jeez. Well, looks like using the 2 hooks do me a lot better than using the 8 hook. It's proving a bit more favourable. You can see it a lot more favourable. The fish are actually wanting to bite a bit more. Like I say, it can be a bit hit or miss with the hooks. As you did see, I did have quite a few fish at the start, which would like, no. It could be that they wanted to have something they're like, nah, too small or just too big of a hook. You know, it's not. Usually using the small hooks usually do work. In this case, not all the time. But at least we're getting a steady flow of these fish in now. I say then it's going to go completely dead on me. I'll be like, no, don't destroy. Obviously, guys, you'll find your sweet spots in the game or a place where you know you can fish without there being too much of problems catching the fish and bring them in. Obviously, different tricks will work for different people, so you know what I might be doing might not work for you. what I'm doing may work a lot better for you, or you might do exactly the same amount of what I'm doing. Let's just reel it in just a little bit. There we go. I'm surprised that guy's at 30 fish. Wow. And like I say, that person in top spot, hats off to them. Like I say, if I had to guess, they've got about what? Pretty close to whatever they've got. It's pretty close to wherever they're fishing. Well, they're probably not even casting it that far out, in all honesty. I'm not even sure what hook they're using. Now, if they're using a feeder, obviously they're going to be using ground bait, probably to bring the fish in a bit quicker. And that ground bait is going to be bringing them in a lot easier. And why did I reel in as much as I did? Yeah, it'll be fine. It could be the lead length. They may have it short while I have it a bit longer. All these things do affect the fish in the game and in real life. You know, if you have your bait too low down, the fish aren't going to always see it that lower down. They'll see it a bit higher up. So, but I do be a bit careful. I mean, I usually do pretty well at getting these in. Like I say, I'm almost at the 20 fish. So hopefully I'll get these last couple in without too much of a slow period. I'm hoping. I should say, come on, fish. I and I reeled one. That was bite. Oh, still biting. That's good. Sometimes when you reel and something's biting, it can sometimes scare the fish off. Luckily, I didn't scare it off that time. Now, obviously, as you know, I'm fishing just the one spot. I should actually change my spot a little bit, but obviously I'm moving it just slightly. So we're going to see exactly what... I think I threw that a bit too short. Of course, the fish just gave up. Well, I've hit my 20, so at least I'm on my average. I've got at least 20 fish. Come on, come on, come on. That looks like it's a... I'm going to say a white sucker. Come on. Yep, that's a white sucker. Yeah, it would be interesting to know what he's actually using. That'd be more interesting to know what level they're at. Actually, we'll have a quick look from what it will let us see. But I'm going to say hats off to them for having the amount of fish they have. Just wow. That is something. Now there could be a person who's played this quite a few times before. They might have another account which they've played this on, and they probably want to do amateurs. Wow, this is just wow. as you can see, now my spot's starting to really hit off for me catching fish, which is a bit sad because it's the last couple of minutes, which is not a good thing. I don't like much the last bit of time. So what it could have been is my size hook. I should have added 2 instead of an 8. I thought an 8 would have been fine. Size 2 seems to have been a lot better. And I have caught a bit more frequently because I've used a bigger hook. So, and now I've basically just almost jinxed myself, haven't I? Come on, fish, come on. That's the golden trout. Now, so usually when you're able to swim, you can usually see the colour of the fish through the water. Depending on how you're watching this, guys, you may be able to see, especially depending on how big your screen is to be able to see the fish. But usually when you're zoomed in, you see the fish. Try and get the bait. You can almost tell what fish you got. Not the size of it, but you can usually tell the type. But it is. And I am surprised. Wow. Can I get one more? If I get 2, I'll be shocked. But I really want to try and get one more in. Come on, fish, please. Just one more. Go on. Make it a 25 today. Go on. Go on, be nice to me and make it a 25. I don't know. That person's still going. Jeez. You gave up at the last second, you darn crappy. Come on, I need to get into a fish. Come on. I need in another 11 seconds. Oh, take it, take it, take it, take it, take it. Well, this fish isn't going to count even though I've got on the hook. That means I can't keep it neither. Oh well, at least we'll get the experience from this one. I wish this fish had started taking it sooner. And that, yeah, that was the last fish. Unfortunately, because it's after the time, I can't keep it or have it added to the points, sadly. Darn sucker, you should have bit sooner. 39 fish is what they went with. I'm at 24, so I'm pretty happy with that. Second place, I'm not going to complain. Made a bit of, not exactly all for me travelling here, but it's paid for part of it. So we're going to quickly have a look at person, because that is just shocking. What level are they? They're level 18. Float, Nero, Jig winner. So he would have been using a Nero as well. I've got to admit, hats off to them. Really is hats off to them for it. But obviously with some of this stuff, I think the Jester, I think that's DLC. We'll quickly check. Anyway, but at least we know we made it into the top 3 anyway. So hopefully we'll get one of these 3 amps. I'm hoping I get the barbless narrow spoon. I'd love to get that for once. I've had all the others, never the narrow spoon. So we'll make enough which is paid for coming here and some bait coin, and obviously whatever we made for actually fishing here. I just want to check. I'm pretty sure the Jester's the DLC, I think. But then if they're doing it without DLC, then wow. Then again, there could be a premium player. No, I don't want to fix any of that. Yeah, I know. Obviously, it's not really paid enough for going there. Hopefully, if I get quite high in the part, I will have. So let me just check these spinning rails. Jester. Jig winner. See, no Jester there. Oh, maybe it is Jester, that one. Level 16 Jester. Oh, or one of them too. So, okay, it's not a DLC rod. I thought it was. Pardon me. Yeah, because I'm not a premium player. They're not a premium. They're level 17. Level 13. Okay. Oh. And the last person. Oh, they only brought the one rod. Okay. Everyone seems to have brought almost the same sort of rod. But wow. Really, hats off to that person. Yeah, I've no idea what they are using. Personal skill rating, yeah, it's going to be more than mine. Mine's not that high. Yeah, I've entered an 8 and I've done really badly. At least I'll get a third in the silvers, I guess. It's fine. My bait coin will go up a bit anyway. Anyway, I'm rambling on for the last part. Anyway, guys, hopefully you enjoyed that. Hopefully it helped you guys out in the sport events. Like I say, it does say use only insects and worms. Obviously, I just mostly used worms. Maybe if I'd used the size 2 hook, I might have got a few more in a bit sooner. Maybe. Can't really guarantee it. Or I can just... Oh, I was at 50. I thought I was at 60. Yeah, oh well. Maybe that's another reason. Again, length. But hopefully, like I said, it's helped you guys out. If you enjoyed today's video, please do hit that like button, and if you haven't already, please do subscribe. I'm going to try and have a look at some things, and I will start getting onto these missions here. I hate the canal, but I need to get it done. Anyway, guys, hopefully you've enjoyed it. Hope you enjoy your fishing, and I'll see you on the lake for the next episode. Bye for now, guys.